Mabuhay! Isang mainit na pagbati mula sa puso, mula sa aming lahat, dito sa Bridges.
Isang pagbati po ng mapayapa, malusog, at magandang gabi sa isang special na araw.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our televiewers here and abroad.
Good evening and good morning to all our viewers worldwide.
I'm truly honored to join you tonight.
Good afternoon from wherever you're at, and once again, thanks for tuning in.
Good evening to all our viewers around the world.
This is one of the best episodes we will have in Bridges, certainly. Ma'am Evelyn, right?
Totoo yan, because tonight, we're going to feature yung very well-known natin.
Oo, kanina nung greetings nyo kanina, sabi ko, ay, worldwide pala ito, kaya dapat i-cover ko lahat ng mga greetings ng morning, afternoon, and evening.
First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me. At ako yung inyong featured guest. Tumaba naman yung puso.
Thank you very much for joining us this very early morning there in LA.
Hindi ko nga pinatulog tong anak ko para gisingin lang ako. Kaya hanggang ngayon gising pa sila.
Siyempre, kailangan ko munang batiin ang ating mga kasamahan na Thomasino dito sa Bicol. Ang mga Thomasinong Bicolano, marami po sa kanilang nanonood ngayon.
Maraming salamat sa inyong pag-invite sa akin dito at magandang gabi. Thank you sa mga viewers.
I'm so glad po, and it's really a big privilege to be here po in this episode of Bridges.
Salamat sa magandang pagpapakilala. May kulang po doon. Sa UST Hospital din po ako pinanganak. Kaya talagang Thomasian po ako. Thomasian.
Thomasian all the way. Welcome to the show.
Ang ganda pa naman ang sinabi ko, hindi pa na narinig. So, hi everyone and nice to be back.
I'm so glad to be here on Bridges. At naway magkaroon tayo ng mas fruitful na pag-usapan.
So, Father, good afternoon.
Marami bang mga youth ngayon, mga kabataan, mga K-pop, panyong siyo.
Magandang gabi din sa ating mga fellow Thomasians and all those who are watching.
I'm glad for trusting me for this particular very important topic.
Kailangan po natin ng mga bridges na katulad ninyo at marami pong tumutulong sa ating mga adhikain.
For 4 consecutive years, Directors Cup Thomasian Alumni Golf Tournament has proven its worth and impact to connect and gather the Thomasian alumni in one momentous event. We hope that at the end of this activity, you will return to your home with a smile on your faces and bring happy memories of the tournament.
I find myself in last place when I want to be first, because I want to move forward but I'm stuck in reverse. I keep on winding the clock, but it only gets worse, and it hurts and it hurts and it hurts. I thought I knew the whole thing, but I was wrong the whole time. I kept on losing my place, cause I was stuck in rewind instead of leaving the path. I find I'm falling behind, but I was blind, I was blind, I was blind. I can't change the past, so now I'm traveling forward, facing the facts with the wind my back. Oh, it's my decision, my heart is on a mission, heart is on a mission. I walk through the fire, burn my vision. My heart is on a mission, heart is on a mission.
salamat sa inyo. Sana huwag kayong magsawang itaguyod ang Rector's Cup. At sana next year sa 5th Rector's Cup, mas marami tayo, mas masaya.
Heart is on a mission.
Hello, Thomasians. It has been 4 years since we have updated our alumni information system. The website has facilitated connection with our alumni through its content and services. It has also become one of OAR's main contact points during the pandemic, where our alumni can apply for their alumni card and avail of the yearbook's delivery service. Meanwhile, our website has also become the window to OAR, where you could get the latest updates about alumni happenings and other features such as job search and network listing. To create a more seamless online experience for you, the UST Office of Alumni Relations, with the technical assistance of the Santo Tomas e-service providers, or STEPs, have merged our 2 functioning websites into one. This time, the portal will provide you with more relevant and interesting features that would make you stay connected with the university. Our dear Thomasian alumni, we are proud to present to you the new website of the UST Office of Alumni Relations. To learn more about our website, you may visit alumnirelations.ust.edu.ph.
the opening prayer to be led by the Office of Alumni Relations Director, Assistant Professor Fredeswindo R. Medina, MACHS.
Let us remember that we are in the holy presence of our Lord. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Father in heaven, we give you thanks and praise for this wonderful evening and for all the blessings you have bestowed upon us. Thank you, dear Lord, for sustaining our faith and love for you, especially in times of difficult situations, and we are ever thankful for granting us the gift of life. Tonight, all Thomasian alumni are gathered together to celebrate a new beginning, a new life, as we rise up from our brokenness, fears, anxieties, and worries brought about by the pandemic. As we commence this celebration to honor our alumni, we remember and feel your presence, unending grace and mercy in this momentous occasion. We acknowledge, dear Lord, that none of these would be possible without you. Help us always remember to do everything with a grateful heart and to keep our focus on you. Father, we pray that you will bless our gathering with unity, hope, and vision. We also pray, dear God, that you will grant all our alumni and the entire Thomasian community with more spiritual and physical strength so that they will be able to continue to serve you, our country, and our beloved alma mater for your greater glory. All these we ask through Christ our Lord. Saint Thomas Aquinas, Our Lady of the Most Holy Rosary, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Please remain standing for the Philippine National Anthem. Now be seated. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fave Salin, and I will be your host for this momentous event. Together with the UST Alumni Association Incorporated and UST Office of Alumni Relations, we would like to say thank you. We appreciate you for coming here, making time, braving the España traffic, you know that, just to be here with us this evening. But tonight is not just any other gathering. This evening, we will celebrate our co-Thomasians and their exemplary works that made a huge impact in their respective fields. If you will kindly look to your left and to your right, yes, these people have truly exemplified and personified the Thomasian values. With humility, humanity, and integrity, they have exemplified competence in their field of expertise, commitment in whichever task at hand, and most important of all, compassion for everyone and anyone within their reach. In this very meaningful event, we will take time to gratefully recognize their valuable contributions locally and globally, and to honor their most significant accomplishments that are worth emulating by their fellow alumni, students, and the generations to come. With that, let me officially welcome you to Distinguished Thomasian Alumni Night 2022. And to formally start our ceremony, allow me to introduce to you the President of UST Alumni Association Incorporated, Dr. Evelyn Songko, to deliver her opening remarks. Let's give her a round of applause, please.
Reverend Father Isaias D. Chonko, OP, the Vice Rector of the University, Reverend Father Roberto L. Luanson, Jr., OP, Vice Rector for Finance, Assistant Professor for this Window Medina, OAR Director, Reverend Fathers, Dr. Robert C., the Chairman Emeritus of the UST AAI Board of Trustees and Chairman of the Thomasian Alumni Community Foundation, Inc., Dean Henry Tinedero, the Chairman of the UST AAI Board of Trustees, distinguished Thomasian alumni, presidents and officers of the UST AAI and member alumni associations, officers and members of the Thomasian Alumni Community Foundation, Inc., volunteers of the UST AAI, ladies and gentlemen, our guests, good evening. The Distinguished Thomasian Alumni Night has always been a joyful occasion because it is a celebration of the tradition of excellence of our alma mater. Tonight is another joyful celebration as the officers and members of the alumni associations are beaming with pride as they present the distinguished Thomasian alumni from their colleges, from their faculties and regions. They believe that you, our dear distinguished Thomasian alumni, are cut above the rest as you manifest competence, compassion, and commitment in your personal and professional life. We all look up to you. We celebrate every success you make, and we shall take pride in all of your future achievements. Pero ito syempre, you should like, share, and subscribe to our Facebook page. Why? Because it is there where we cheer for you. Lagi po naming ina-announce ang inyong mga achievements. We want to tell the world that the University of Santo Tomas has produced unlimited men and women of distinction whose words and actions resonate in their professional field, in the community, and in the world. The USTAAI dreams that the time will come that we can bring together more distinguished Thomasian alumni who shall be branded as elite community of practice. For us, elite is a brand that stands for E, excellence, L, love, I, illuminate, T, timeless, E, empowering. This is who you are for us. To our minds, you, our dear distinguished Thomasian alumni, stand for excellence. You show excellence of character and sterling performance. You are a manifestation of the tradition of excellence of our university. You express love. you have great love or passion for your profession and the people around you. This has brought you to where you are right now. You are an exemplar of loving in whatever generation you belong. You, our dear distinguished Thomasian alumni, you illuminate. You do not just shine. You illuminate so that others can see, so that others can ease their pains, so that others can heal, so that the truth can prevail. You are timeless and timely, siyempre. You are always present in the memory of those who know you because of the bravery of your hearts and the courage of your spirit. You are always ready to do things that have not yet been done before and create paths where there are none. Finally, you are empowering. You make the weak strong. By your work, you create a rich ground for others to grow and to illuminate like you in their own way. You see, our first step in bringing all the distinguished Thomasian alumni whom the university, UST, and the USTAAI have honored in the past and up until tonight is to invite you all, invite you to the alumni homecoming on January 28, 2023 here at the BGPOP. Pakimark po ng inyong calendar. We would like you to know each other, connect with one another, and have a collective voice that shall avow the mission of our university. And I quote the mission: to form competent and compassionate persons committed to the service of the church, the nation, and the global community. Our next step is a coffee table book entitled Thomasian Icons, Bridges of Faith, Hope, and Love. This book will feature illustrious Thomasians like you. We want your legacy to be known by the next generations of Thomasian alumni. Tonight, you will receive our gift to you. Ayan yun. The Arch of the Centuries. It is a great symbol for all the Thomasian alumni because great men and women, heroes and saints passed through this arch through the centuries. Once in your lifetime, I know, you did so also. Yung mga hindi po nagdaan dyan, well, wala akong masabi. May this gift remind you that all the Thomasian alumni, especially you, our dear distinguished Thomasian alumni, are all called to greatness. You may be a hero or a saint of your time. Sana all. The Arch of the Centuries is a reminder that all Thomasians are invited to participate in God's plan of salvation, such that the rhythm of our lives be according to the rhythm of God's plans. With His unending grace, we shall become. And so, to all the 2022 distinguished Thomasian alumni, congratulations. Well, you are the pride of our alma mater, and we salute you. To all the members of the 2022 Distinguished Thomasian Alumni Night Committee, headed by Attorney Dwight Ramos, President of the Tomasinong Ilocano La Union, congratulations for a job well done. And to the Office of the Alumni Relations, headed by Director Fredeswindo Medina, thank you very much for always being our partner. Hindi nyo kami pinapabayaan. Maraming salamat. And definitely, to Dr. Robert C., thank you for always sustaining the Distinguished Thomasian Alumni Night. Palagi pong siya ang sponsor natin. To everyone, thank you for joining us tonight and welcome to the 2022 Distinguished Thomasian Alumni Night. Let us celebrate, and may the season of Advent prepare us all for a merry and blissful Christmas. Mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Thank you, Dr. Sonko. From now on, we will like, share, and subscribe. That is noted. Now, to give us his inspirational speech is the UST Vice Rector, Reverend Father Isaias D. Tionco, OP, JCD. Please watch this.
Professor Evelyn Sonko, President of the UST Alumni Association Incorporated, Dr. Robert C., MD, Attorney Dwight M. Ramos, USTAAI Assistant to the President, members of the USTAAI Board of Directors, Assistant Professor Fredeswindo Medina, Director of the UST Office of Alumni Relations, esteemed guests, our beloved Thomasian alumni, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. This is the first time I'll be joining the Thomasian alumni, albeit virtually, in a social and fellowship event like this Distinguished Thomasian Alumni Night. I call it a social event since this is an opportune time for us to meet new acquaintances and catch up with old friends and associates, especially since we may not have been in touch with one another for some time. Our event tonight is likewise a fellowship, a gathering where we are with whom we are connected and with whom we share a common bond, and that is our being Thomasians. Many of us present tonight graduated from the university many decades ago and have earned our much-deserved place in society in our respective fields of expertise. There may be a good number among us who belong to younger batches of Thomasian alumni who have likewise made a name for themselves and earned accolades in their chosen careers. Yet, regardless of the various paths we have tread and are thriving in, you, our beloved and distinguished Thomasians, are together tonight and gathered in the name of our alma mater, the University of Santo Tomas. UST takes pride and joy in her alumni, men and women in whom the Thomasian attributes and values are instilled, men and women who have greatly influenced our Filipino culture in the arts and humanities, who have contributed much to the advancement of science and technology, not only here in our country, but abroad. Thomasians who are leading the people of God, the church, to become communities whose mission is to spread the gospel of love, particularly to those least in society. I would like to thank the organizers of the 7th Distinguished Thomasian Alumni Night for bringing together our alumni on the very grounds of our common roof, the University of Santo Tomas, for an event where we can simply launch and reminisce the good old days. We need to have more nights like this. To our beloved and esteemed alumni, may I convey my sincere and warm welcome to everyone. Welcome back to your second home. Now that government health protocols are a bit lenient, I would like to invite you, come more often and see for yourselves developments transpiring in our 411-year-old ever-dynamic university. It would truly be a delight to witness the interaction and mingling of minds and hearts among Thomasian alumni and perhaps with our students today. Certainly, there is much that our young people would learn from you professionally. Your presence in their student life may likewise serve as an inspiration and a good example for them to emulate. Lastly, and as many of you may already be aware, UST is finally spreading its wings when hopefully in the next 2 years, we shall open UST Santa Rosa and UST in General Santos City. We hope that you may continue walking and journeying with us as we venture into this horizon. I am truly happy to once again welcome you all back to UST. Enjoy your moments together. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Father Tionco. Indeed, we are very pleased to be having our beloved Thomasians back in our campus. Well, we are very blessed to be having another inspirational message. Let me call on the Vice Rector for Finance, Reverend Father Roberto Luanzon, Jr., OP, STHDDL.
Good evening to all our Thomasian alumni present here in this 7th Distinguished Thomasian Alumni Night, and to those who are viewing us through live streaming. So naka-live stream tayo. It's my first time to attend this kind of gathering of Thomasian alumni luminaries. Today is the 7th time that it happens, and we hope to and pray to have more times that will take place, because we believe we have so many distinguished Thomasian alumni that we should recognize and will serve us pride and inspiration. Every year we have thousands of Thomasian graduates from our different faculties, colleges, and institutes, and for sure many of them will truly excel in their own fields and will put a great mark in them because of their competence, commitment, and compassion, which they learned and experienced when they were still students here in UST. They will carry with them these 3 Thomasian core values that led them to their present status that many people really appreciate. We truly salute them, and we are very proud of them. Many times I encountered people from different fields, companies, and industries, and whenever I tell them that I am from UST, they will often mention the humble and hardworking Thomasian alumni in their own workplaces. They can depend on them. They value the work they have. They imbibe proper work ethics. Hearing these very good and positive feedbacks, I immediately brought a big smile and was very much delighted. I also met Thomasian alumni who venture with their own businesses, involved in NGOs, are part of charitable institutes or are philanthropists, or enter the priestly or religious life. We can meet Thomasian everywhere doing their own jobs very well. Indeed, I was very proud those times. I'm still very proud, and will always be proud that we have them as our Thomasian alumni. For sure, all of our distinguished Thomasian alumni who will be recognized this evening are part of those competent, committed, compassionate, humble, hardworking, and dependable Thomasian alumni that we have in our society. We thank you all for what you have been sharing to us and to the whole world. You deserve a round of applause. It is now time for you to be appreciated so that you continue to shine not only for your own sakes, but also for the sake of others and of God. You are our pride, our inspiration, our Thomasian alumni luminaries. May you remain shining and illuminating the world, because that is what we need now as we face many challenges personally and communally. May the good Lord continue to bless you so that you will not cease doing the right and good things we need to have in our society. Congratulations to all of you, our distinguished Thomasian alumni luminaries. Again, we are very proud of you. You are all our inspirations. Continue your good jobs. God bless you all in all your endeavors. Go UST.
Thank you so much, Father Luanzon. What a great way to start our momentous event. Now, to give us a brief history of this event, let me call on stage the Chairman Emeritus of the USTAAI and the founder of tonight's event, Dr. Robert C.C.
Good evening. Reverend Father Isaias D. Chonko, OP, Vice Rector of the University, Reverend Father Roberta L. Luanzon Jr., OP, Vice Rector for Finance, Reverend Fathers, Assistant Professor with Dismino Medina, Chairman of the OAR Director, Dean Henry Tenedero, Chairman of the USTAAI Board of Trustees, distinguished Thomasian alumni, presidents and officers of the USTAAI and members Alumni Association, officers and members of the USTAAI, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Today, let me share with you how we came to this place and how we have this distinguished Thomasian Alumni Night. First, we drumbeat during the quadricentennial years. That is in 2011, we had a 5 years preparation for our homecoming, for our quadricentennial. We have that every year in Manila Hotel. So every year, we always tell all the alumni organization to bring in our fellow alumni to join us for our big celebration for the quadricentennial during the 2011. Thereafter that, during my time as president of the UST Alumni Association and Professor Evelyn Sonko at that time as the director of the Office of Alumni Relation, we come up to continue this drumbeating of trying to let the alumni to come back to the alma mater. So we thought of honoring not only some of the alumni, but all of the alumni from all the colleges of the university. At first, we had a few of them only. We celebrate them at the lobby of the civil law. And during that time, hanggang kain-kain lang, hanggang shake-hand, ganun lang. Walang trophy, wala lahat, pero may konting wine. No? Today, wala tayong wine. And during that time, camaraderie, so we got to get together and we invited at that time the prominent luminaries among our university alumni. As time goes by, we have expanded that organization or that evening celebration into what we know today as the Distinguished Thomasian Alumni Night. And we envision that this night should incorporate each and every organization, each and every college of the university, so that we will have a well-balanced distinguished alumni among all of us, such as tonight. And so, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished alumni, before I forgot, meron pa rin pala akong dapat basahin dito. St. Thomas said that it is better to illuminate than to shine. I believe that you, our distinguished Thomasian alumni, illuminate for others. And so we honor you tonight in our 2022 Distinguished Alumni Night. As we cautiously emerge from the COVID pandemic, we in the USTAAI rejoice with you that we are now able to do this face to face, to break bread together instead of opting for an online event such as last year. We honor you as Distinguished Thomasian Alumni for your fidelity to our alma mater, your fidelity to the teaching of the church, and your service to the community. And in so doing, you inspired others to do the same. And so tonight, we celebrate your fidelity to our alma mater as you continue to live under the inspiration of its core values in competence, compassion, commitment in the exercise of your profession. You bring with you the knowledge, the value, and the skills that our university taught us. Many of you have even faithfully served or still serving our alumni matter as professors and administrators. We celebrate your fidelity to the teaching of the church as you inspired all of us to a life of faith, hope, and charity. We celebrate your service to the community as exemplary professionals in your place of work and in your own personal charitable activities. And so tonight, on behalf of the UST Alumni Association, headed by President Evelyn Sonko and Vice President Ida Chonko, and also Frederick Paraino, the President of Thomasian Alumni Community Foundation, Inc., and Vice President Jerry Alfante, I welcome you all to the 7th Distinguished Thomasian Night. This night will not be possible without the work done by its committee chairman, none other than Attorney Dwight Ramos. And so if there are any shortcomings, you know whom to blame. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, fellow Thomasian, let's enjoy the night. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. C. Let us take a moment to look back at the success of our previous Distinguished Thomasian Alumni Nights. Eyes on the screens, please. Let's watch this.
The Distinguished Thomasian Alumni Night, the occasion that showcases our solidarity, our strength. We know that there is strength in numbers, and for those of us joining organizations, we do so because we believe that in any endeavor, alone we can only do so much. But when we join others, the possibilities of what can be done become greater. This is true whether we are rendering service to others or simply wanting to give back to our alma mater. This is the spirit that has brought the Distinguished Thomasian Alumni Night, DTAN, to life. This now yearly testimonial dinner, hosted by the UST Alumni Association in partnership with the UST Office of Alumni Relations, is in honor of our distinguished Thomasian alumni and creates an opportunity for solidarity among them. Tonight, we gather once again as one family and honor those among us who have gained respect and admiration in their life and work after passing through the arch of the centuries and out into the world.
Congratulations to our 2021 honorees. Well, I will not keep you waiting. I'm sure some of you have even traveled far to get here. Food will be served promptly, but may I ask Reverend Father Angel Aparicio to please bless the food?
Lord God of mercy, you reveal yourself to the disciples by the breaking of bread. Bless us and the food we are going to take from your generosity, so that by partaking of the same food, we may become more united in the Thomasian brotherhood and sisterhood. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Please enjoy our simple dinner prepared for you. For our first set of recognition, we have Alumni Priest Association Incorporated, UST Law Alumni Foundation Incorporated, UST Medicine Alumni Association Incorporated, UST Faculty of Pharmacy Alumni Association and Scholarship Incorporated, UST Fillets and Artlets Alumni Association Incorporated, UST Engineering Alumni Association Incorporated, UST College of Education Alumni Foundation Incorporated, UST College of Science Alumni Association Incorporated, and UST High School Alumni Association Incorporated. Without further ado, let me call on stage Father Tiongko, Dr. Songko, and Dr. C to give the token to the honorees. May I please call on Father Luanzon instead? May we request also the regents, deans, and association presidents to accompany their honorees on stage. Let me introduce the honorees from the UST Alumni Priest Association Incorporated. Bishop Leonardo Medroso, DD. He served in various capacities as parish priest. He was ordained a bishop in 1987 and assigned in the Diocese of Borongan until 2006, where he became the Bishop of Tagbiliran until he retired in 2017. Bishop Medroso also served as the chairman of the Episcopal Commission on Canon Law. Bishop Leonardo Medroso. Monsignor Arquiles Dakay. Monsignor Dakay, throughout his priestly ministry, was assigned in the mass media communications of the Archdiocese of Cebu. He retired from the active ministry in 2014 and now serves as Archdiocesan Consultor representing the senior clergy. Monsignor Arquiles Dakay. We have another honoree, Monsignor Josefino S. Ramirez. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from UST Alumni Priest Association Incorporated. Thank you, honorees. Next up, UST Law Alumni Foundation Incorporated. Councilor Raul Rosero Coro. He started his public service as technical assistant to the mayor and municipal secretary at the then municipal government of Muntinlupa from 1988 up to the present, covering more than 3 decades of serving the people of Muntinlupa, especially the poor and marginalized. Councilor Raul Rosero Coro. Justice Esperanza Fabon Victorino, batch 1982. Judge Maria Bernardita J. Santos. With less than 48 years in government service to her credit, she has gone a long way from her first job as interpreter to presiding judge of the Regional Trial Court, Branch 35 Manila, a special drugs court. Judge Maria Bernardita J. Santos. Mayor Ferdinand Trinidad, batch 1988. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from UST Law Alumni Foundation Incorporated. Thank you, honorees. Next up, UST Medicine Alumni Association Incorporated. Dr. Edgar Lerma. Dr. Elvira Mayo Milo. Dr. Milo is the former president of UST Medical Alumni Association and has been the chair of the Department of Anesthesiology and Perioperative Medicine in UST Hospital for many years. Dr. Elvira Milo. Dr. Esperanza Rivera. Dr. Consuelo Suarez. Dr. Cristina Lo Yang. Dr. Nana Eng Tan. She was the former president of Philippine Obstetrical and Gynecological Society and former president of Philippine Medical Association. She is also the co-founder of Novaliches General Hospital Incorporated. Dr. Nena Eng Tan. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from UST Medicine Alumni Association Incorporated. Dr. Cristina Loyang, may we request you to please come up on stage? She is a former training officer in Chinese General Hospital and former consultant in Doctors Hospital New York, Chinese General Hospital and Medical Center, and Metropolitan Hospital and Medical Center. Dr. Cristina Lo Yang. Thank you so much, Dr. Cristina. Next up, UST Faculty of Pharmacy Alumni Association and Scholarship Incorporated. Delia R. Chong Wong. She was awarded several plaques of appreciation for community service and outreach, including Mary Queen of Apostles, for conducting many activities to include outreach and gift giving, free medical and dental checkup to orphanages, home for the elders in some populated barangay in the city. Delia R. Chong Wong. Leila Leni Montserrat Florento. She is the treasurer of Asia Pacific Federation of Clinical Biochemistry and Laboratory Medicine since 2017 and board of director of International Federation of Biomedical Laboratory Sciences since 2016. Leila Leni Montserrat Florento. Henry Saavedra O. Dr. O serves as the editor of Clinical Science Trumpet, the official newsletter of the Association of Clinical Scientists in the U.S. He's also the chair of the Certification Review Board for Certified Doctor of Business Administration Practitioners in the U.S. Henry Saavedra O. Marian Chan T. For the last 20 years, she has been engaged in distributing leading pharmaceutical products in northern Mindanao, covering over 500 pharmacies. This was especially crucial in the last 2 years to ensure availability of medicine in the height of the pandemic. She is currently the owner and vice president of Canon Group of Companies, Marian Chan T. Priscilla M. Torres, PhD. After her baccalaureate graduation, she was appointed as a faculty member of the Faculty of Pharmacy in UST, where she taught professional courses for 44 years and rose in rank from being the department chair to assistant dean and eventually the dean of the Faculty of Pharmacy for 8 years. Priscilla M. Torres, PhD. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from the UST Faculty of Pharmacy Alumni Association and Scholarship Incorporated. Honorees. Next up, UST Fillets and Artlets Alumni Association Incorporated. Cecilio Adorna. As country director, he transformed UNICEF's biggest field office and program globally to adjust to its growing status as a donor country, becoming a model for many UNICEF offices. Cecilio Adorna. Carlos Charlie Agatep. After a career in advertising with giant multinationals, Charlie founded Agatep Associates Incorporated in 1988. In a couple of years, AAI grew to become a well-known PR and advertising agency. Carlos Charlie Agatep. Father Ranilio Aquino. He used to be the assistant dean of UST Grad School and now serves as dean of San Beda Graduate School of Law and vice president for academic affairs of Cagayan State University. Father Ranilio Aquino. Attorney Jose Lina Jr. He served in government for 22 years as a 2-term Philippine senator and 2-term governor of Laguna, secretary of the Department of Interior and Local Government, chairman of the Dangerous Drugs Board National Police Commission, Local Government Academy, and Public Safety College, governor of Metro Manila, and general manager of the Metro Manila Commission. Attorney Jose Lina Jr. Dr. Belen Tangco. She is a former dean of the UST Faculty of Arts and Letters and full-time professor who now teaches at UST Grad School. She has been an accreditor of universities and colleges for 16 years and has been serving as chairman of accrediting teams for 8 years. Dr. Belen El Tanco. Jose Victor Torres, PhD. He is a multi-awarded writer, winning the prestigious Carlos Palanca Memorial Award for Literature 5 times and the National Book Award for Travel Writing in 2006 for his book Ciudad Morada, A Walk Through Historic Intramuros. Jose Victor Torres, PhD. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from UST Fillets and Artlets Alumni Associations Incorporated. Next up, UST Engineering Alumni Association Incorporated. Engineer Ricardo Sogilon Balog. He is a retired associate professor, the former chair of Mechanical Engineering Department, and former assistant dean of the Faculty of Engineering. In 2019, he was cited as among the 100 Asian scientists by Asian Scientist magazine. Engineer Ricardo Sogilon Balog. Engineer John Paul de las Peñas Pe. His field of expertise for many years is construction. He is the president and owner of Archipelago Builders Corporation and Archwell Corporation. He is also the cluster head in Couples for Christ. Engineer John Paul de las Peñas Pe. Engineer Elizabeth Pareja Romualdo. Currently, she is the President and Chief Executive Officer of CRL Environmental Corporation, CRL Calabargues Corporation, CRL Analytics Corporation, and Analytical Support Services for Environmental Technologies. Engineer Elizabeth Pareja Romualdo. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from UST Engineering Alumni Association Incorporated. UST College of Education Alumni Foundation Incorporated. Margarita Cruz Carlos. She opened numerous Rita's Pansit ng Taga Malabon branches and expanded its operations. She continuously helps spread awareness in holistic and natural healing by building the Mother of Mercy Healing Garden in Batangas for sick, unprivileged sectors. Margarita Cruz Carlos. Margarita Santa Ana Cruz. She simultaneously became the UST head librarian in the Filipiniana section from 1965 to 2005 and a faculty member in the UST High School from 1965 to 1999. Upon retirement, she continued her passion and worked as a librarian and faculty member at the San Benildo, Baliwag, Bulacan from 2006 to 2015. Margarita Santa Ana Cruz. Maria Socorro Andrina Ignacio. She is a well-sought-after resource person in the field of Philippine nutrition. She served various professional organizations in nutrition dietetics as an officer and recently assisted the National Nutrition Council and TESDA on the development of National Certification II program for the community nutrition workers. Maria Socorro Andrina Ignacio. Pilar Isidro Romero. She's a teacher, educational leader, resource speaker, and lecturer. She also wrote CLE textbooks for basic education for MAPSA Siena and other Catholic schools all over the Philippines. Pilar Isidro Romero. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from UST College of Education Alumni Foundation, Incorporated. Next up, UST College of Science Alumni Association, Incorporated. Cecile Arenas Terrible. She had over 30 years of experience in human resource management, culminating in an international position with a respected multinational Abbott. Cecile Arenas Terrible. Two more honorees, Neogene A. Evangelista, Lini Mayoralgo Dinopol. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from the UST College of Science Association, Incorporated. Next up, UST High School Alumni Association, Incorporated. We have Engineer Mariano Santa Romana Agoncillo. He is the president and one of the co-founders of DTAN Incorporated, providing water and wastewater services suitable for cities, communities, villages, and water districts through cost-effective solutions. He's also the current president for the Philippine Constructors Associations, Incorporated. Engineer Mariano Santa Romana Agoncillo. Joselito Joel S. Cruz, also known as Lord of Scents, President and CEO of Aficionado Perfume and Personal Care. In 2020, he ventured in the food and beverage business with his Takoyati by Joel Cruz, and also a graduate of BS Psychology in UST. Joselito Joel S. Cruz. Engineer Emmanuel Lazaro Estrada. He is an active contributor to Globe's enterprise risk and business continuity management, providing for network resilience and disaster risk preparedness strategies, as well as various sustainable development goals initiatives, and has actively contributed to development of Globe's technical position papers related to new legislation and policies related to the telecommunications industry. Engineer Emmanuel Lazaro Estrada. Maria Asuncion G. Fugoso. She is a former Manila councilor in the 3rd District, top notcher in 4 of 6 local elections, and garnered the highest number of votes in the entire city of Manila in her last term. She is now the Vice Chairman of Manila Peace and Order Council and Manila Chinatown Lions Club. Maria Asuncion Fugoso. Rear Admiral Juan Manuel Ramos Jr. He is a recipient of various military merit medals, military commendation medals, presidential citations, Luzon Campaign Medal, and many more. Rear Admiral Juan Manuel Ramos Jr. Maria Julia Amorsolo Valdez, professionally known as Yula Valdez. She is a television, movie, stage actress, singer, TV host, and product endorser. She was best known for her role as Amor Powers in the original version of Pangako Sayo and has been making a mark in the industry since 1998. Maria Julia Amorsolo Valdez. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from UST High School Alumni Association, Incorporated. Thank you so much, honorees, and thank you so much, Father Luanzon, Dr. Songko, and Dr. C. You may now take your seats. Again, congratulations to our first set of honorees. Your contributions to your fields of expertise are truly very much appreciated. Well, to break the monotony of the program, ladies and gentlemen, here to entertain us, let us welcome an alumnus from the Conservatory of Music, Mr. Cipriano de Guzman Jr., Filipino baritone.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The song that I'll be singing was written by St. Thomas Aquinas. So this is dedicated to all of us Thomasians.
Thank you to our alumnus from the Conservatory of Music. For our second set of recognition, we have UST Architecture Alumni Association Incorporated, UST College of Commerce Alumni Foundation Incorporated, UST Graduate School Alumni Association Incorporated, UST Music Alumni Association Incorporated, UST Nursing Alumni Association Incorporated, UST EHS Graduates Association Incorporated, UST Rehabilitation Sciences Alumni Association Incorporated, UST Atelier Alumni Association Incorporated, UST Accountancy Alumni Association Incorporated, UST Tourism and Hospitality Management Alumni Association Incorporated. Let me call on stage Reverend Father Pablo Tityong OP, the Vice Rector for Religious Affairs, together with Attorney Dwight and Sir Win, to give the token to the honorees. May we also request again the regents, deans, and association presidents to accompany their honorees on stage. Let me introduce the honorees from the UST Architecture Alumni Association Incorporated. Architect Tobias Ador Banaobra. He has been in the university for the last 39 years and is presently the program lead of the Graduate School Masters in Architecture program. Architecture Tobias Ador Banaobra. He's called the Samurai Warrior, started out in 2009. He's done numerous group exhibits, a two-man show, and 12 solo exhibitions to his credit. He has also participated in exhibits in the US, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Malaysia, Indonesia, and other countries. Mr. Richard Buksani. Architect Robert Medina Mirafuente. He is the immediate past president of the Philippine National Association of Professional Regulatory Board members. It was during his term that more than 5,000 professionals from all over the world were able to gather together at the 10th Philippine Professional Summit. Architect Robert Mirafuente. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from UST Architecture Alumni Association Incorporated. UST College of Commerce Alumni Foundation Incorporated. Olivia Ferry, batch 1960. Josefina Suli. years of her career in the banking industry with big banks such as Comtrust, BPI, UCPB, PCIB, and Metro Bank. Ms. Josefina Sulit. Deputy Director General Rosana A. Urdaneta. She received a loyalty award for her 30 years of service to TESDA and a certificate of recognition from the Civil Service Commission for exhibiting the value of customer care and meeting the expectations of the transacting public. Deputy Director General Rosana Urdaneta. Maria Paz M. Warren Foronda. She was a former Vice Chairman of Board of Directors in Career Executive Service Board and former Chief of Staff of Chairman's Office in GSIS Board of Directors. Currently, she is the Chair of the Board of Trustees in Scholarship and Awards Committee in UST COCAFI. Maria Paz Warren Foronda. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from the UST College of Commerce Alumni Foundation, Incorporated. UST Graduate School Alumni Association. Joyce Ariola, PhD. Dr. Ariola is a professor of communication and literature at UST, where she is program lead for the graduate programs of communication, marketing communication, and literature. She is also the associate editor of Unitas, one of the associate editors of Plaridel Journal in UP Diliman, and member of the international advisory boards of a number of reputable journals along her lines of specialization. Joyce Ariola, PhD. Reynald Ryan Barrion, MBA. Currently, he is the human resources head of a local hotel chain with more than 65 branches nationwide. He is also a commissioned officer with the rank of Major in the Reserve Command Philippine Army. Reynald Ryan Barrion, MBA. Thomas Tu, PhD. He worked for Citibank Philippines for almost 2 decades and was Vice President, Group Head, and Country Business Manager for Citicorp Global Payment Products divisions covering the Philippines and Micronesia before he retired. Thomas Tu, PhD. Melinda Torres, PhD. Since 2007, she is the treasurer and member of UST Graduate School Alumni Association, Incorporated. She is also an active member of Hotel and Restaurant Association of the Philippines and other associations regarding hospitality. Melinda D. Torres, PhD. We also have Eric Babar Zerudo, PhD. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from UST Graduate School Alumni Association, Incorporated. Next up, UST Music Alumni Association Incorporated. Enrique Barcelo. Barcelo is a former principal flutist of the Philippine Philharmonic Orchestra. He also won in the national music competitions for young artists and has been a music professor in the UST Conservatory of Music, UP College of Music, St. Scholastica College, and Philippine High School for the Arts. Enrique Barcelo. Julian Aliasco. Prof. Aliasco was a brilliant pianist and distinguished professor in history of music, music literature, and rudiments of music. She wrote textbook on rudiments of music while being a full-time professor in UST Conservatory of Music. Julian Angkiko Aliasco. Pilar R. Jimenez. She finished her degrees in AB English in 1952, Bachelor of Music in Miano 1956, Master of Music in Santa Isabel College, and Doctor of Education in Philippine Women's University in 1984. She was appointed chair of the music department of Santa Isabel College in 1983 and also was the vice president for implementation and planning for Philippine Society for Music Education. Most notably, she served as president of the UST Conservatory of Music Alumni Association from 1997 to 1999. Pilar Jimenez. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from UST Music Alumni Association Incorporated. Thank you, honorees. Next up, UST Nursing Alumni Association Incorporated. Danilo Cinco Bernal RN. This year alone, he was nominated at the California Association of Nurse Practitioners, awarded Nursing Excellence in Education, Presidential Award, and multiple other recognitions for his service amidst pandemic. He is currently the president of UST Nurses Associations International, Danilo Cinco Bernal RN. Maria Irma Cusio Bustamante RN. Started her profession as a community health nurse, then ranked up to being the chief nurse. She also served as a dean and vice president for academic services, and currently she is the president of the Global Society for Philippine Nurse Researchers. Maria Irma Cusio Bustamante RN. May Rochelle Sestina Parsons, RN. Parsons is a nurse who administered the world's first COVID-19 vaccine in December 2020. She also received the George Cross Award, NHA's representative from Her Majesty, the Queen Elizabeth II in the UK. May Rochelle Sestina Parsons, RN. Professor Rowena Ley Escolara Chua, PhD, RN. Former charge nurse of Kaiser Permanente Baldwin Park, USA, Mercy General Hospital, and Roseville Convalescent Hospital, and have multiple successful research publications. She is a professor and Assistant Dean of the College of Nursing, Professor Rowena Ley Escolar Chua, PhD, RN. Amelita Sison Navarro, RN. She is former city vice mayor and former city mayor for 3 consecutive terms in the city of Santiago. Under her leadership as city mayor, she initiated the payment of miscellaneous and other contribution of students in the public school, provided bags and school supplies to elementary students, and initiated parada ng mga buntis. Amelita Sison Navarro, RN. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from UST Nursing Alumni Association, Incorporated. Thank you so much, honorees. Now we have UST EHS Graduates Association, Incorporated. We have Nestor M. Matienza. He is the proprietor of Real Auto Sears and Furnitures, AGN Commercial. He is very much active in numerous civic organizations such as Rotary International and Jesus Philippines International. Nestor M. Matienza. Jamie V. Bantolo. Mr. Bantolo is a person of unquestionable integrity and professional leader in his field in the military and other civic affiliation. He has been awarded Son of Cavite City in recognition of his remarkable contribution to the city government and deep concern for the welfare of the Caviteños. Jaime V. Bantolo. Elvira Cabales. She's a retired teacher, subject coordinator, assistant principal, and principal in grade school, and now actively participating in religious organizations such as Catholic Women's League Archdiocese of Manila, Lacom Ministry, and Theotokos Prayer. Elvira Cabales. Teresita David. She practiced economics in the various positions she held in different companies, both local and foreign, and retired as a financial analyst after 17 years with the Bank of America in the United States. Teresita Vergara David. Thelma Mangubat. She taught mathematics and was the math department head and staff development head in Chonghua Medical School, Brunei. In 2011, she was an awardee of Quadricentennial and Totus Tus. Thelma Mangubat. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from the UST EHS Graduates Association, Incorporated. Thank you, honorees. Next, we have UST Rehabilitation Sciences Alumni Association, Incorporated. We have Lilian Duran Bautista. She currently serves as a director For the Institute of Rehabilitative Sciences at the Silliman University, President of the Philippine Association of Orthopedic Manual Physical Therapists, Treasurer of the Philippine Physical Therapy Association, and a member of the International Federation of Orthopedic Manipulative Therapists Advisory Group, Lilian Duran Bautista. Rod Charlie de los Reyes. He is an executive director of a nonprofit organization that catered access to rehabilitation services to financially challenged families, enabled creation and dissemination of modules towards inclusion. Rod Charlie de los Reyes. Arthur Benedict Cole King. He has been a physical therapist for 19 years and a cardiac rehabilitation PD for 18, serving all of these years in Philippine Heart Center Cardiac Rehabilitation Section, where he is currently the Chief Physical Therapist Section Supervisor. Arthur Benedict Cole King. Donald Lipardo. He is currently the program lead of the MSPD MSOD cluster of the UST Graduate School and the Assistant Director for Faculty Appointments of the Office for Faculty Evaluation and Development under the Vice Rector for Academic Affairs of UST. Donald Lipardo. Maria Sheen Imel Parido Senidoza. She is currently serving as the head of community-based rehabilitation in the municipality of Binangonan, where she leads rehabilitation professionals and community-based rehabilitation workers and collaborates with various organizations in providing services for the community. Maria Sheen Imel Parido Senidoza. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from UST Rehabilitation Sciences Alumni Association, Incorporated. Now we have UST Atelier Alumni Association Incorporated. Rolando Ali. He used to be a UST Associate Professor and Department Head of Advertising Arts. He is also an art consultant, advertising consultant in different private associations and companies, and art director of Manila Catholic Digest, the official magazine of Arzobispado de Manila of Cardinal Sin. Rolando Alib. Norma Belleza. She painted dark and depressing paintings in her early years. Her paintings then turned into bright colors and detailed work on folk genre, including women vendors, potters, and workers. Norma Belleza. Brillante Mendoza. He is an award-winning and internationally recognized film director, producer, and advocate of important causes, dedicating his life to achieving creative excellence in his field. He is also the first Filipino to compete and win in 3 major international film festivals. Brillante Mendoza. Jose Tens Ruiz. He is a multimedia artist and an independent writer, consultant, and curator for institutions in the Philippines, such as the Cultural Center of the Philippines, the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, the Pasig City Arts Museum, Neo Angono Collective, and the Ateneo Art Gallery. Jose Tenz Ruiz. Ronald Ventura. He is a visual artist behind the recent successful exhibitions, namely Beastmaster, Quick Turn on Hyperhighways, Epidermic, and Ronald Ventura, an Introspective. Ronald Ventura. Danilo Dalena. He is an editorial cartoonist and painter. He received the first prize in painting category in 27th AAP Annual Art Competition Ateneo Gawad Tanglaw ng Lahi Award 2019, and the person behind Last Full Show, Danilo Dalena Retrospective. Danilo E. Dalena. Have another honoree, Jose Pingot V. Zulueta. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from UST Alumni Association Incorporated. Thank you, honorees. Now, we have UST Accountancy Alumni Association Incorporated. We have Antonio J. Dayag. He was formerly the UST Chief Accountant and has been serving as a UST faculty for many years. He initiated the academic social responsibility of the NAC-PAE by conducting seminars, lectures in different provinces. Antonio Dayag. Ladies and gentlemen, from UST Accountancy Alumni Association Incorporated. Thank you, Mr. Dayag. Now we have UST Tourism and Hospitality Management Alumni Association Incorporated. Ms. Angel Alvarez Lao. She is with more than 20 years of experience within the academe, government, and travel and tourism industry. Currently, the City Tourism Officer in Laoag City, Ilocos Norte, and President of Network of Independent Travel Agencies, Ilocandia. Ms. Angel Alvarez Lao. Ms. Jocelyn Cagin Rubia. She has 33 years of excellent experience in participative management, multi-unit operations management, business network development, cost controls for labor, food, and other operating expenses. Currently, she is the Vice President and Regional Business Unit Head of Mega Manila in Chowking. Ms. Jocelyn Cagin Rubia. Mr. Jose Marie Ernesto Delgado Owano III. He has an excellent track record of success in team building, operations, and projects management with high-profile brands with the likes of Sofitel and leading luxury hotels in the world. Mr. Jose Maria Ernesto Delgado Owaño III. Ms. Jocelyn R. Socao. She's the founder and CEO of HealthCore and currently part-time faculty in the NEU School of International Relations and Ateneo Graduate School of Business. Ms. Jocelyn R. Socao. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from UST Tourism and Hospitality Management Alumni Association, Incorporated. Honorees, and thank you so much, Father Tiong, Attorney Dwight, and Sir Win. You may now take your seats. Again, congratulations to our second set of honorees. May your accomplishments be emulated by the Thomasians of the next generation. Introducing our second talented guest for this evening. Well, let us welcome back the alumnus from the Conservatory of Music, Mr. Cipriano de Guzman.
For the next song I'll be singing, it's approximately, I think, 24 days before Christmas. So I'll be singing Adeste Fideles. If you know the song, you can sing with me. Sing with me in English. Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord. Sing, choirs of angels, sing in exaltation. Oh, sing, O ye citizens of heaven above. Glory to God, glory in the highest. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore in Christ the Lord. Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much, Mr. Cipriano. Merry Christmas, everyone. Right, before we continue, I would just like for us to kindly take a moment and appreciate the tiger sculpture that we have on the right side or your left side of the stage. Well, that is not just any other tiger sculpture. That is entitled The Majestic, created by the famed sculptor Seb Chua. This tiger totem symbolizes strength, power, courage, and ambition. This majestic and resilient animal represents standing up for truth, justice, and integrity regardless of difficulties and ordeals. In acquiring this masterpiece, you are contributing to help the charity programs of our alumni associations and giving scholarships to our students. Thanks so much. Now we move on to the third set of our recognition. We have Golden Cross and Sabre Alumni Association Incorporated, Thomasian Alumni Leaders Association Incorporated, Thomasinong Bicolano, Thomasinong Kapampangan, UST PMT CAT, Thomasinong Soc-Surgeon, UST Pax Romana Alumni Association Incorporated, and Thomasinong Ilocano. Let me call on stage Father Luanzon, Dr. Songko, and Dr. C to give the token to the honorees. May we request the regents, deans, and association presidents to accompany their honorees on stage. Continuing with the recognitions, we start with the Golden Cross and Sabre Alumni Association Incorporated. Mansueto Amolat. Next, we have Attorney Misael Domingo C. Batong III. He is a lawyer who also underwent military training and earned the rank of Second Lieutenant of the Philippine Army. He takes pride in being a recipient of the prestigious Model Employee Award of the Supreme Court for efficient performance, exemplary work attitude, and integrity that exemplifies the image of the judiciary workforce at its best. Attorney Misael Domingo C. Batong III. Lieutenant Colonel Xavier C. Celestial. He is a former commander of CSMG EOD and K9 Unit and Security Detail Unit. Currently a commander in the 1304th Ready Reserve Infantry Battalion, President of Philbanda Incorporated, and member of Board of Directors in Asia and Pacific Band Directors Association, Lieutenant Colonel Xavier Celestial. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from Golden Cross and Sabre Alumni Association Incorporated. Thank you, honorees. Next, we have Thomasian Alumni Leaders Association Incorporated. We have Ryan Oscar Aplicador, MD. He is the former Chief of Hospital in Dr. George P. Royeca City Hospital, formerly General Santos City Hospitals, and now practicing as a General Surgeon in General Santos City. Dr. Ryan Oscar Aplicador. Prisma Bangawel. She has extensive experience in corporate instructional design and has designed end-to-end leadership, onboarding, and leadership development courses on various topics. Prisma Bangawel. Mary Erica Bolaños, PhD. She is an associate professor and the principal of the UST Senior High School, volunteer catechist in Kaunlaran Mission Station Diocese of Caloocan, and lay preacher, volunteer trainer of catechists in public schools and parishes of the dioceses of Calibo, Tuguegarao, and Cabanatuan. Mary Erica Bolaños, PhD. Peter Paul Omalao Cifra. He is a music director, composer, arranger, producer of the longest-running drama anthology Maala-Ala Mo Kaya for 20 years. He is artistic director, CEO of Pipo Cifra Music Arrangements, formerly Pipo Cifra Concerts and Events Productions. This July 2022, he won 2 awards in FAMAS, namely Best Music Score and Best Original Music for the movie Katips. Peter Paul Omalao Cifra. Attorney Froilan Pitpit. He has been a lawyer for 12 years and in government service for 10 years. worked for the training and capacity building of fisher folks and law enforcement officers, and also prosecuted high-profile corruption cases against higher-ranking government employees. Attorney Froilan Pitpit. The honorees from the Thomasian Alumni Leaders Association, Incorporated. Thank you, honorees. Now we have Thomasinong Bicolano, Monina Abrantes Fajardo Luzuriaga, MD. She spent 38 years in government service and formerly the Municipal Health Officer Secretary of the Department of Preventive Medicine at UST College of Medicine and Chief of Hospital of Bulan Municipal Hospital until retirement in 2000. Dr. Monina Abrantes Fajardo Luzuriaga. We also have other honorees such as Most Reverend Lucilo Barameda Kiambao, DD, and Jose Chavez Ranyola, MD. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from the Thomasinong Bicolano, Incorporated. Now we have Thomasinong Kapampangan. Unfortunately, we don't have any representatives, but let me call on their names. We have Engineer Isaac David from batch 1972 and Philomena Mercado Pinada, MD, from batch 1962. We move on now to UST PMT CAT. We have Commodore Edwin Macay, PN. He is a former 1st Brigade General Commander CAT and Commodore at Philippine Navy AFP PMA. Commodore Edwin Macay, PN. DTI Assistant Secretary Jean Pacheco, appointed in 2018 as Assistant Secretary for Digital Philippines. Her current portfolio in the Department of Trade and Industry includes managing the e-commerce team, supply chain and logistics management division, and DTI's business name registration system. DTI Assistant Secretary Jean Pacheco. Architect Inocencio Songco II. He is a former 1st Brigade General Adjutant and S1 PMT. He is the Executive Director at Modern Carpentry and Decorations Factories since 1981. Architect Inocencio Songco II. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from the UST PMT CAT. Now let's call on Thomasinong Soc Surgeon. We have Dr. Rochelle Gahete Oco. She was a City Health Officer in the LGU of General Santos City, Board of Director in Philippine Red Cross Jensen Rotary Club of Greater Jensen, Lingap Karunungan Action Officer, and City Nutrition Council. Dr. Rochelle Gahete Oco. Thank you so much, Dr. Rochelle. Next, we have UST Pax Romana Alumni Association, Incorporated. Dr. Merogine Villarreal Guno. She has extensive experience in healthcare management, including healthcare policy grounding, healthcare services delivery, and financial management, having worked in hospital administration, then established a home healthcare agency, nursing homes, and clinic management. Dr. Meredin Villarreal Guno. Honoree from UST Pax Romana Alumni Association Incorporated. Thank you, Dr. Guno. Now we have Thomasinong Ilocano La Union. We have Honorable Menchi L. de Guzman, MD. She served as Mayor of Bawang, La Union. She is the Radiology Medical Specialist 2 in Ilocos Training and Regional Medical Center and member of the Theta Lambda Phi Sorority and Tomasinong Ilocano, La Union. Honorable Menchi L. de Guzman, MD. Next, we have Architect Ronald D. His leadership as president of Rotary Club San Fernando La Union gained them the recognition of #1 most outstanding club out of the 102 clubs in District 3790. For his exceptional leadership and efforts, he was named the only all-out legendary president of the RCS-FLU. Architect Ronald D. Mr. Eduardo V. Regala. He was formerly the president of La Union Alliance of Travel and Tour Agencies, La Union Concreting Solutions, and member of Executive Legislative Agenda of the Province of La Union. At present, he is immersed in voluntary community work through Philippine Red Cross and Rotary Club. Mr. Eduardo V. Regala. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees from Tomasinong Ilocano, La Union. Thank you so much, honorees, and thank you, Father Luanzon, Dr. Songko, and Dr. C. You may now take your seats. Right. Again, congratulations to the third batch of our honorees for tonight. Indeed, we appreciate your dedication and service throughout the years. As we are near the end of our program, may we welcome again on stage Ms. Pilar Jimenez to deliver her response message on behalf of all the honorees this evening. Let's give her a round of applause, please.
Reverend Father Rector Richard Ang Jr., IOP, Father Isias Chongko, OP, Vice Rector of the University, Reverend Father Roberto L. Wanson Jr., OP, Vice Rector for Finance, Reverend Father Pablo Chong, Vice Rector for Religious Affairs, Reverend Fathers, Assistant Professor Felicindo Medina, OAR Director, Dr. Robert C., Chairman Emeritus of USTAAI BOT, Dean Henry Tenedoro, Chairman USTAAI BOT, Attorney Dwight Ramos, Chairman DTAN 2022, Distinguished Thomasian Alumni, Presidents and Officers of USTAAI and member alumni associations, ladies and gentlemen, a blessed good evening. Tonight, I am here. I am tasked with an assignment by virtue not of an impressive intellectual achievement, but by virtue of an impressive numerical one. Apparently, the search committee, upon masterful sleuthing, discovered that I excel by my number of years of existence in this harsh and cruel world. I gratefully accept the assignment. When I first came to this university at 17, fresh from high school, I really wanted to enroll in the Conservatory of Music, housed by that time in a concert hall near Governor Forbes Street. I don't know why. I don't remember anymore. I made several rounds of colleges before I finally enrolled in music. I was able to enroll at the College of Nursing. I stayed for a few weeks there. And then I went to the College of Pharmacy with Father Lorenzo Garcia at that time. We attended some classes. And then I took some subjects at the College of Philosophy and Letters. And I finally ended in the College of Medicine and Surgery. Wow, I was going to be a doctor. I wanted to be everything. But it was in one session of our PE class in the grounds of this very alumni center. Formerly, this was the gym. A big, wide, expanse ground of very wide. We were there doing our PE in that black and white uniform of PE. I think you remember, some of you remember that. And then there was a drawn curtain, a stage at the back with drawn curtains, and somebody was playing the fantasy impromptu of Chopin. Oh my God. I really felt so strongly about music. I said, I wanted to be a composer. I want to be a pianist. I'm going to enroll in the conservatory. So I found myself in the Conservatory of Music. And that's how I finally landed in music. Now, joking aside now, and seriously, I would like to say now that, seriously now, gratitude is the greatest of all virtues, from which all others blossom. Acknowledging the help of others in achievement of success is gratitude in its pristine and purest form. So tonight, without further ado, on behalf of the 103 Distinguished Thomasian Alumni Honorees of 2022, let us thank primarily our Almighty God for His gift of lore, for His guidance and support, and for life's blessings. To our Royal and Pontifical University of Santo Tomas, which I fondly call USTAAI, Thank you for fostering in us the virtues of compassion, competence, and commitment. Thank you for your gift of eminent, resolute, and competent mentors, professors who assiduously shaped our professional lives. To Reverend Father Rector Richard Ang, Father C.S. Chongko, Vice Rector of University, to the Reverend Father Robert Luanson Jr., Vice Rector for Finance, and to all the other Reverend Fathers, to all the other current community of Dominican priest administrators, a grand salute for your courageous, committed, and continuous steering of this academic flagship towards attainment of the mission and vision of the university and towards relevance to social change, development, and progress. Thank you to Attorney Dwight Ramos, Chair of this DTAN 2022, to Dr. Evelyn Sonko, UST Alumni Association President, to Assistant Professors for the Swindo Medina, Director of the Office of Alumni Relations, to Mr. Antonio Chuaso Jr., the Conservatory of Music Alumni Association. Thank you all for your admirable planning, consolidation, coordination, and implementation of this event. And to others whom I may have missed due to trepidations of this tottering nonagenarian. Salamat din po sa inyo. Huwag kayong magtampo kung hindi ko kayo nabanggit kasi medyo ang memory ay naglalaps na po. As President John F. Kennedy stated, quote, "As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them." Let us then continue to live our grateful utterances to our alma mater, this fountain of purest light, ever her valiant legions imbued with unending grace. Thank you po. Uwi na po ako. Saan ako pupunta?
Thank you so much, Ms. Pilar. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the president of Tomasinong Ilocano La Union chapter and the chair of Distinguished Thomasian Alumni Night, Attorney Dwight M. Ramos.
Thank you. Fellow Thomasians and guests, good evening. Under the One Thomasian spirit of solidarity, we are glad to once again have gathered as one family and honor those among us who have gained respect and admiration in their life and work after passing through the arch of the centuries into the world. It is therefore with great pride that we bring to a close the 7th Distinguished Thomasian Alumni Night 2022. And with this, we hope that once again, this undertaking will continue to inspire our alumni as they go through their life and career in the post-pandemic era. Congratulations and thank you to all our honored guests for gracing this gathering with your presence. Thank you as well to all those witnessing DTAN 2022 through the live streaming broadcast with the UST Comms View. Thank you too to Dr. Robert C. and to our partner, the UST Office of Alumni Relations, and to all the organizers, sponsors, and members of the Working and Screening Committee, without whom this event would not have been possible. Very importantly, we likewise thank our different alumni associations for nominating from your ranks our distinguished Thomasian Alumni 2022. Mabuhay, keep safe everyone, and Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Attorney Dwight. And to formally end our program, may I request everyone to please stand and sing the UST hymn. Gentlemen, that wraps up our evening. On behalf of the University of Santo Tomas, Office of Alumni Relations, and UST Alumni Association Incorporated, we want to express our heartfelt thanks for joining us today. A big congratulations once again to the honorees. Everyone, let's give each other a round of applause, please.